Hello everybody, welcome to the HoopsCast. I am your host Jacob, aka Rusty Buckets, joined by my co-host Muhammad, aka Mojo99. Say what's up, Mojo.
We're running it back again. What's up?
Alright, so today we have the Russell Westbrook trade news to react to. We have some power rankings that we planned out to discuss and compare our lists. And then finally, we're going to end with our award choices for the 2019-20 season. So, starting with the Westbrook trade, I made a video talking about different Westbrook trade scenarios, and none of them happened. So that's great. I love predicting things.
What's crazy, dude, is that I don't know if you remember, but in our last podcast, towards that little end of the tidbit thing, we talked about how OKC makes these like what the hell type of trades, and here they are again making one with Houston.
I don't know that it's that what the hell. I think there were people that speculated on this.
With Houston?
Yeah, there were a few people that said Chris Paul and a bunch of firsts, just like they did with the Paul George trade.
I'm not sure how serious people took that though.
There were people that were saying Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden would be all on the same team, and I don't know how you make that work.
Yeah, that is impossible right there.
Maybe if you traded the entire roster for him.
Yeah,
outside
nobody
of
else would touch the ball either.
Yeah. So I guess let's talk about OKC's perspective of it first. Apparently, Sam Presti wants to own every first-round pick to ever exist. And I think these trades have taught us a valuable lesson, which is no matter how good a star player is, if you really want him, you can get him. You just have to trade away your entire future.
Yes, sir. You're damn right about that.
I mean, the Lakers traded 1 million picks for Anthony Davis. The Clippers for Paul George traded 1 million first. Same thing happened here with the Rockets. But the Rockets, Daryl Morey was smart enough to actually put some protections on those picks, especially the late ones. I was expecting, because, in 2025, it's very well possible that the Houston Rockets are going to be ass. So,
yeah.
If I'm the Thunder, I'm asking for those picks unprotected. So Sam Presti kind of took an L on that one.
Yeah, the 2025 pick is a swap protected, which kind of sucks. I never seen a swap protected pick, but I mean, damn.
I think there was
what it is.
2026 pick that's top 4 protected. That could end up conveying into something.
Yeah, and then 2024 too.
Well, it's
those two picks are really like what they're trading for. Honestly, I don't see them getting the other ones.
It always makes me laugh when trades happen where picks from 7 years from now get moved, and it's like, there's a middle schooler out there that doesn't know that he was a part of the Russell Westbrook trade yet.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. I said something like that. I mentioned that in my last video too, about how a 5th grader there's gonna be I think a 7th grader a part of the PG trade. And I also saw a tweet, dude, earlier on Twitter talking about how all these future NBA players in the 9th, 10th grade better be looking forward to living life in Oklahoma because
they own every fucking first round pick.
Yeah, dude, this little rebuild that Sam Presti has been in the works of, he's like, OKC's been a mess, and he's doing everything that he could. He's doing the best job that he possibly can, in my opinion. He can't do any better with what he's done. I mean, if anything, he can't do any better than he's done. Yeah.
I don't know. I think you could have got something better from Miami. I don't think Miami is not trying to give up that man Tyler Hero. That man's he's a future. Yeah, but
all-star.
Even Justice Winslow in 3 picks, I think would be better than. Well, it depends on the years of those picks, but I don't know. It just seems like this was an attempt to clean up a mess that he made, and I'm not going to give him all that much credit for it.
A mess that he made. I mean, I mean, I think I give him credit.
Okay, I'll say this: it's a mess. It's a mess that he didn't make, but he made no effort to clean up until it was too late, to where all you could get was some first-round picks. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but these first-round picks, people are fucking sleeping on that. Those Clippers picks. I know you saw the news about Kawhi signing signing a 3-year deal with them, and that could easily backfire, and those picks could be something.
I mean, as long as the Clippers work out, it won't be worth anything. But if they don't work out, then maybe yeah. Go ahead.
If they're all like extremely mediocre picks, like pick 20 or like pick 25 in the future, then okay, it's a flop. I'm not gonna lie. But with all of these like speculation in the air about like the Clippers' future and definitely the Rockets' future, it's a W as of now.
Maybe it ends up being a good trade for both of those trades. However, it would be nice to have a young player or two back to be excited about, because the only guy that they have is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and I think that dude has a potential to be like a better George Hill, which is not. I love Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's fun to watch.
George Hill? Oh my god.
Dude, don't disrespect George Hill. When he was on the Pacers,
George Hill, man.
George Hill was like a 15-6 point guard who was really efficient and played great defense. That's a good player.
We've seen Shai Gilgeous-Alexander play in like a very limited role. Now he can do whatever the fuck he wants in OKC.
Yeah, so and he'll have some inflated stats. That doesn't mean he'll be better.
Of course he's gonna have inflated stats, but he's also gonna get a lot better from learning from a lot of the mistakes that he's bound to make, and he's gonna grow from that.
I mean, I would say, I'm not saying he can't be better than that. That's just my prediction. But I also am like very, very, very confident that he would get there.
Okay.
But outside of that, I mean, Terrence Ferguson is all right. Hamadou,
I like Chick Diallo, dude.
Hamadou Diallo is a crazy dunker, but I haven't seen him do a whole lot else.
I just said Chick Diallo. I meant Hamadou, yeah. Dude, you know who Chick Diallo is?
He's the guy on the Pelicans. With a lot of long arms.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's on the Pelicans anymore, but I just said him.
I'm pretty sure he's a free agent.
Yeah, but yeah, Hamadou Diallo, excuse me, you're right. I like him a lot. He's been, that man, he has a lot of potential.
He just never gets any minutes on the Pelicans. What's weird is that with like big men who were like playing in big minutes in the Pelican system last year, shined a little bit more than they actually did, just because they have an offense that's built around feeding the big man. Mm-hmm. So they ended up getting way more touches than they probably should have. Like, I remember at the end of the year, Christian Wood was like putting up 20 points per game.
Oh yeah, you're right. And then some other dude. I forgot. He's like, I think he was light skin. I forgot his name. But he was putting up numbers too. He played for the summer league team this summer as well. I forgot his name, but he was putting up numbers as well.
Jahlil Okafor was also had the best year since his rookie year of his career in New Orleans.
Yeah, F in the chat for that, man.
But let's talk about the Houston's perspective of it. What do you think of Russ and Harden, and specifically, what do you think about that versus Russ and Chris Paul?
Well, first thing I want to say is that I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I think Russ is a better player than Chris Paul. He's an upgrade over Chris Paul, but like he's gonna give you like the same result as Chris Paul would. Okay, here's how I'm gonna put it. You have a better chance at winning a championship with CP3, but Russ doesn't. He's really confusing, man. He's confusing me right now. This trade doesn't make you.
Made a video about him being confusing.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. The most confusing superstar of all time. You said it was titled something like that. I remember.
Yeah.
But the thing about Russ is that Russ and CP3. Russ is a better player than CP3, but CP3 gives you a better chance at winning a championship. Russ just makes you better, like in the regular season, I guess. But other than
even though Chris Paul hasn't won shit, he is more likely to make a winning play. Just than in any moment really than Russell Westbrook. Because one thing you can count on with Chris Paul on almost every possession down the court is he's gonna do the right thing. Maybe it doesn't result in what you want, but he's gonna make the right play almost any time. You can say that maybe 50% of the time with Russell Westbrook.
Exactly. And I can't wait to watch these two play in the playoffs, dude. And, like, the slander is going to be ridiculous on Twitter once that day comes.
I can wait. It sounds like a nightmare.
Honestly.
Those dudes are going to put up 80 shots a game combined.
Yeah, and it's going to be really, really awkward seeing them, like, seeing them try to feed off of each other, like,
James Harden's going to have to become more of an off-ball player, or Westbrook is going to have to become a better off-ball player.
Yeah. I don't know how...
Specifically, the thing with Russell Westbrook is, for his whole career, and I've made this point before, he is not a bad spot-up shooter. He has decent percentages when he catch and shoots from three, and he actually shoots, like, for his career, like 38% on corner three-pointers catch and shoot. But the dude never takes them. All of the threes that he gets are always fucking off of the dribble with a defender in his face, and it's why his three-point percentage has been so garbage. Like, Russell Westbrook is a three-point shooter comparable to, like, Damari Carroll or Jay Crowder, but he takes threes like he's Stephen Curry. Now, if he adjusted his game to where he was spotting up a lot and he could just get ready for a catch and shoot, then I think he would be alright as an off-ball player, but he never does that. B-Ball Breakdown made a great video on Russell Westbrook's off-ball movement, and it should really be about Russell Westbrook's lack of off-ball movement, because the dude literally doesn't move.
Here's the thing about that. I feel like, okay, B-Ball Breakdown, that's my guy. I love that man. But, like, he's like everyone, he's always on Westbrook's ass. And if you pay attention to a lot of stars in the NBA, a lot of them actually do that. They stand way too far out at the top of the key, waiting for just ball watching. They wait for something to happen. Russ is not the only dude who does that. LeBron does that a lot. KD does that a lot. A lot of people do that. Russ is not the only one who does that. It's just that people like to pick on Russ.
He's a pretty damn good off-ball player.
He is, but
I don't know about Kevin Durant.
Wait, what'd you say?
Kevin Durant is a pretty damn good off-ball player. I don't agree on that one, but...
No, he is. I'm just saying, though, like, Russ, like, you know how people like to, like, nitpick LeBron's defense and just like make it seem like he's like literally one of the worst defenders in the NBA, when in reality he just like he likes to take breaks once in a while, maybe a little bit too often, and like the whole LeBron doesn't play defense thing gets a little bit overblown.
Your Stanhood is coming out here.
No.
I know he's not as bad as it looks on tape.
It's not. It's just that,
funny.
Yeah, because it's LeBron. That's why people like to fuck with him, and it's kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. But like when it comes to this, like back to this Russ thing, a lot of NBA players do that. But you're not wrong though. You're not wrong at all.
That doesn't make it okay for him to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right. A lot of people do that though. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, well, here's my take on it. Doing the power rankings, my place where I had the Houston Rockets does not change with this trade. Basically, my opinion on it is Russell Westbrook is more talented than Chris Paul, but Chris Paul plays better off of Harden by 1,000,000%. He's just way better at playing off of Harden than I think Russell Westbrook will be. And also with the fact that Russell Westbrook makes so many boneheaded plays so often, particularly in the clutch, which he does not get enough shit for. I don't think it makes the Rockets worse, but I also don't think it makes the Rockets better. Because Russ, from a player-to-player standpoint, is an upgrade over Chris Paul, but Russ, from a pairing with Harden standpoint, is not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it's not even hard. It's just that like if you it's like Russ is not a winning. He's not a winning player like that at all. If you like replace Russ with any other point guard in the league, they're like champions. Okay, any other star point guard in the league, like Dame Lillard or Kyrie, they're that team's championship like aspirations. They're not like they don't move up at all because it's Russ.
Wait, so you're saying a star point guard next to Harden doesn't make them better?
No, I'm saying that if you like switch out point guards on any other team with Russell Westbrook, any other star point guard, like if you switch out Dame Lillard or Kyrie Irving or like Steph Curry or any other elite point guard of like Russ's tier, kinda, that team doesn't get as way better with Russ than they did with their compared to their old point guard. Russ doesn't make them a championship level team, any team. In my eyes.
All right. Well,
do you know what I'm saying?
ready to move on. Yeah, I get it. I'm ready to move on to these power rankings, though. We're gonna start from the bottom and move on up. So we'll basically just go back and forth saying who we have at each number, and I'm gonna start us off with number 30. I have the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay, bet. I got the Hornets as well. So
they are going to be absolute dog shit.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, what is their starting lineup? It's going to be Terry Rozier, garbage. Malik Monk. I don't think he's necessarily bad, but I also don't think he's necessarily good.
Batum.
Nick Batum or Miles Bridges if they want to start a young guy. Or they could potentially start him at the 4, though he is a little small for that. PJ Washington or Marvin Williams. And then, like, Cody Zeller. Yeah. Like, that is the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
I think I like Miles as a young player. Don't know much about PJ Washington.
PJ's nice.
So I think... So I like Miles. I also like Dwayne Bacon. But everything else about that team is just bad. And they're going to be the worst team in the league, in my opinion.
Number 1 overall pick coming soon. Heard it first on this podcast.
Not with the Hornets' luck. They're going to get number 2 again.
Nah. We'll see. Them ratings are going to drop.
They were already low. Number 29.
The Knicks.
Well, I'm supposed to say it, but sure. I have the Phoenix Suns. And here's the thing about the Suns. I think they're actually semi-talented, but I have thought that for the last 2 years, and every time the Suns have been dog shit. So I'm just going to say, fuck what my thoughts are on the roster. The Suns are always garbage, so I'm just going to put them there.
Okay. Well, for me, I didn't make the Suns 29th. I put the Knicks there. But to like touch on your part about the Suns always being garbage, I feel you, dude. I caught myself like kind of being a little nice to the Suns because they actually have a point guard nowadays. You know, they don't got to struggle anymore with running guys like Tyler Ulis or DeAnthony Melton next to Devin Booker. You know, they actually got a
Tyler
veteran point guard.
Bulls career.
Ah, dude. That's an afterthought right there. I really damn near forgot he was a Bull. But, you know, now these days... Go ahead. Yoinks.
Well, fucking hell.
You keep that in there.
When me and Mojo first wanted to do this podcast, we did like a questions for each other thing. And we'll eventually do that down the line. Well, we did that 2 times, and both times the recordings were fucked up, so we ended up not posting them. But we did like trivia questions for each other, and I asked who played the least amount of time for the Bulls this year, and it was Tyler Ulis, who had played 1 minute.
R.I.P.
Anyways, number 28, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay, yeah, I had the Cavs for 28 too.
Don't think there's a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, they're Cleveland. So next, I had number 27. I had the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh shit! I forgot to update where I had the Thunder after Russ was traded. I forgot about that part of it. Son of a bitch.
That's what I was talking about, Coach.
Well, I'm not gonna bother fucking with it. It'll take too much time.
Okay.
I had the Grizzlies. I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies actually ended up being pretty solid. But all of that hinges on Ja Morant's rookie season. If he has a great rookie season, I think they could be pretty good, like respectable. Like Sacramento Kings last season, respectable.
Oh damn, that's pretty good.
Maybe not quite there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
If he had like a Damian Lillard like rookie year, I think they could become a playoff team simply because I think Jaren Jackson Jr. and Dylan Brooks, as well as what's his name that they drafted late, the really good defensive player,
Brandon Clark.
Yeah, I think all three of those guys are ready to contribute to winning basketball right now. They just need to develop further to be really solid players.
For my thing about that is that I feel you that like the only way the Memphis Grizzlies would could reach your potential expectations that you have for them is that if like Ja can like be that dude like day one. And for me, I don't think he can be that dude day one simply because he's a
I don't
he's
either.
A
That's why they're ranked so low.
Yeah, and like
that's why they're ranked so low for me.
Yeah, and he's a point guard.
There's also not a lot of dudes that can detract attention away from Morant. Like Jaren Jackson Jr. is the second best scorer in that starting lineup, which is not ideal yet, anyways.
Yeah.
So Morant is going to be the only ball handler, the only playmaker, shot creator. All of that really rides on his shoulders. And as much as I like the guy, I don't think he'll be able to really carry them year one, which I don't think is really a knock. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Did you say who you had 27?
27 I had OKC and 26 I had the Grizzlies.
Yeah. Okay. Well, OKC. Imagine they will trade Gallinari and Steven Adams if Steven Adams is tradable.
Yeah.
And then it's really just going to be the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander show, which I think I'll enjoy watching those highlights on YouTube, but I'm not going to enjoy watching the games. Number 26, I had the New York Knicks. And the reason I didn't have them like at 29 where you had them is for probably the first 20 to 40 games, as much of a clusterfuck as the team is, there are a lot of respectable, actual NBA players on this team. And through all those vets that they signed, as well as Julius Randle, another year of development with Dennis Smith Jr.
Oh, shit.
What?
I forgot they signed Julius Randle, dude. Fuck. Oh my god. Shit.
Well, but basically, they have last year. They had a bunch of G Leaguers on their team. This year, they have a couple of actual NBA players, so I think they'll be all right.
Damn, yeah. Okay, that kind of fucked up with my list. Because I forgot they just signed Marcus Morris today too. They have Marcus Morris, Bobby Portis. They got Taj Gibson, Mitchell Robinson's cool too. I forgot about all those dudes. That's why I put them at 29. Oh my god. Okay, so my list is kind of screwed, but let's just, it's not really a huge difference maker. They're still gonna suck regardless. But you had them at what, 20, 25? Would you say?
26.
26. Okay. Damn. All right, that's respectable. Damn, I completely forgot about them. That's crazy. But so 26. What do you think? 26. I had 26. I had the Grizzlies.
All right. Yeah, we already said what we thought about that. What are you gonna ask me?
Yeah. Okay, so how many wins do you think that the Knicks could get this season?
I think they could get to 30.
30, okay.
In the East. Maybe. It depends how well all those players actually gel together.
Okay.
So
for
next, go ahead.
Just to touch on the Knicks for a little bit. For me, I feel like the only way they reach 30 wins is if and only if Kevin Knox and RJ Barrett can like really gel well together. Those are like the two, or like some of the most important pieces of their rebuild, and I don't think those two, like, their games necessarily mesh too well with each other because they played like the exact same position. They're both small forwards in my eyes. But anyways, that's not even a big thing to touch on because they still suck regardless.
Well, if I had to put money on it, I think my biggest pick for being a bust from this year's draft is RJ Barrett. So we'll move on from that. Number 25, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay. Dude, you know what I didn't even know? I barely noticed while as I was writing this power rankings. The T-Wolves lost a lot of dudes.
They lost to Derrick Rose was the big one. They also lost Taj Gibson off of the bench. I'm not sure.
Dario Saric.
I don't think that's a big deal. He was playing like ass in Minnesota.
Yeah, you're right about that. But man, they're making Anthony Tolliver. I think is he back in Minnesota actually? He's not even a big difference anyways. Why am I asking that? Oh man! By the way, I ain't gonna lie, man. I looked at a picture of Anthony Tolliver like sometime earlier today, and I just realized that he is by far one of the ugliest NBA players I've seen in my life. Man looks like a cockroach. He looks like a roach, dude. I swear to God. Jesus Christ, he's so disgusting. But anyways, yeah, there's not much to say about the T-Wolves. You got Andrew Wiggins. Jarrett Culver is coming for Andrew Wiggins' starting spot really soon. Stay tuned, folks. But yeah, I had the Timberwolves 24 rather than 25.
Who you got 25?
25, I had the Suns because of that man, Ricky Rubio.
All right, so 24, I had the Dallas Mavericks. I think Luka and Kristaps are going to be all right this year. I'm expecting Luka to have a bit of a sophomore slump, though.
Damn.
To where he kind of just does what he did this season, and then the year after is where he really explodes.
Okay, that's respectable right there. Damn, that's kind of low though for me. You said you had him at 24.
Yeah, it would be 23 if I had moved the OKC Thunder down, but I'm not bothering to do that right now.
Man, okay. So at 23, I had the Washington Wizards because I feel like Bradley Beal is gonna request a trade in the middle of the year because nobody wants to be with that dumpster fire.
24.
Oh, 24? Yeah, 24 had the Wolves.
I don't know. This is confusing. 20, whatever. 23, I had the Washington Wizards as well.
Okay.
I think Bradley Beal's going to carry the team until 20 games into the season. He's going to be like, all right, fuck all this shit, trade me.
Yeah, I'm on the same page.
And that'll be that.
Yeah, the Wizards have like the only like right piece that they have is Roy Hachimura, and that man, he balled out today in the summer league. I'm so happy about that man because a lot of people were like kind of shitting on his talent. They weren't too sure about him, and he's been hooping.
I haven't been watching any of his highlights, but number 22, I had the OKC Thunder. They would be moved down had I done that. Who'd you got 22?
22, I have the Orlando Magic. You know, they've been one of the most like inconsistent franchises, and like although it makes sense that they should be better this up and coming season, I still feel like they're gonna get worse because like they're the.
You're
Orlando
trying to get
Magic.
the Hawks in the playoffs, aren't you?
Hey, watch your mouth. Let's continue with this, all right?
Which is funny because number 21 is where I have the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay, that's close to where I had them.
All right, who you got 21?
21, I have the Dallas Mavericks.
With the Hawks, oh wow, you had them 3 spots higher than me. With the Hawks, I think trading for Evan Turner and Alan Crabb and Chandler Parsons, like taking on all those bad contracts, is a sign that they're not trying to make a playoff push right now. And I mean, letting Dwayne Dedmon go, not signing any kind of vets or role players in free agency, not really signing anyone. I think that's just a sign that the Hawks management is just like, all right, let's give it one more year of being a lottery team, and then we'll start going for it. I actually think the Hawks are kind of like 1 year in terms of their plan, like 1 year behind what the Bulls are trying to do.
1 year behind. Okay, that's respectable. That's a respectable thought. For me, I feel like my team, the Hawks, we're really banking on the growth of our young dudes like Trae Young, John Collins, and Kevin Huerter to really elevate us. I don't know. It kind of hurt me that we didn't we're not trying to win and go re-sign the vets that we had like Dwayne Dedmon, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to re-sign Vince Carter as well. But this just told me that we want another pick. We want we want another lottery pick, and we're really banking on our young guys to see where they could take us and what they're really about.
At this point, it seems like Vince Carter might have to retire because no one's looking at him. I don't know why. He's still like
year for him too.
He's still a solid 3-point shooter, and he's respectable defensively. They probably just looking at his age, but there is a novelty of having Vince Carter on your team. I think I think it's cool. I think it's cool to have that guy on your team. I would love the Bulls to give him a contract, but it's probably not going to happen.
Exactly.
Who'd you have 21?
21, I had the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh yeah, you already told me that.
Yeah.
20, I had the Pelicans. I think they'd be slightly better than the Hawks.
Yeah, respectable. Oh, well, damn, dude. The West is so fucking loaded again, dude. Right back where things started. They're so loaded.
You got 20.
20, I have the Hawks. Yeah, I had the Hawks 20, and I have 19, I have the Pelicans.
19, I had the Orlando Magic. I'll admit, part of this is just me trying to keep the Bulls in the playoffs, something I accused you of. I think it's very well possible that the Magic and the Heat, who I have ranked a little bit higher, could be better than the Bulls, but I'm putting the Bulls higher because fuck you. So 19, I had the Magic. Number 18, I had the Sacramento Kings.
Okay, that's nice. 18, I had the Bulls, and I had the Kings for 17. So that's respectable, dude. I really wanted to put the Bulls into my top 16, but I just couldn't do it. I mean, the Kings, my bad, not the Bulls. Yikes. The Kings.
Wow. Number 17, I had the Miami Heat, just barely missing out on the playoffs. That might change if they ended up getting Chris Paul.
Ooh. 17?
Yeah.
Ooh, man, that's kind of tough. With Jimmy Butler?
I do not, based off of what I saw from Jimmy in Chicago, he can't really carry a mediocre to bad team. Because when he was doing that, the Bulls were constantly lower-seeded teams. I think Justice Winslow is good. I think Bam Adebayo is good. Kelly Olynyk can space the floor. And then Tyler Herro, I think, will have a good rookie year, but rookies tend to not contribute to winning all too much. So I really don't think they'll be
the East,
that
though.
good.
It's the East, though.
I know it's the East. But you gotta have, even though it's the East, you have to have more than 4 guys. There's also what's his name, the point guard, Goran Dragic, who's solid. He's getting worse and worse as time goes on, but I mean that's what comes with age.
Yeah. Man, that's kind of tough, but okay, that's respectable, I guess. So you think the Pistons are better than them?
Yeah,
that's respectable if you think
the Pistons improved.
If you think so. Yeah, but I don't think it's drastic. Though.
I don't either. I think at the end of the season, there's going to be a huge group of teams, 3 or 4 teams, maybe even 5 in the East that are fighting to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But I think it'll be very close. Because after the big couple of teams and after the obviously shit teams. There are like 4 to 5 teams, like the Hawks, the Bulls, the Pistons, and the Raptors, that I think will all be like fighting with each other for the last couple of seeds in the playoffs.
Okay, that's respectable. So 17, I had the Kings. I wish I could put them in the mix of the top 16 teams in the NBA, but it's really
being
tough.
top
But I wouldn't be
16
surprised at all.
Being top 16 doesn't necessarily have to mean you're out of the playoffs, because
Yeah, you're right.
But with a Western Conference team, it does. Because you could be like the Miami Heat, and I could just have the Kings over the Heat and the Bulls at 18, and the Heat would still be a playoff team in the Eastern Conference. But after the Heat, I had the Chicago Bulls as the worst team making the playoffs.
Okay. I had the Detroit Pistons.
I had them a couple spots higher. I think Derrick Rose in Detroit is going to be really good. I think losing Wayne Ellington hurts a little bit, especially after.
Don't disrespect Tony Snell like that, man. Don't disrespect Tony Snell like that. Like he ain't out here dropping dimes.
Tony Snell.
You miss him, huh?
No. No, I don't. I don't miss his crackhead looking ass.
Dude, yeah, not gonna lie, Tony's also one of the ugliest NBA players I've seen in my life as well. That man is so disgusting.
Like, I cannot make a comment on that, because I look like if Keanu Reeves was fucking fat and got punched in the face 25 times.
Okay.
At 15, I had the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay, sweet. So at 15, I had the Miami Heat, and I had the Spurs at 14.
14, I had the Raptors.
Ooh, damn. The drop-off is that bad?
I think there's a good chance that they trade Kyle Lowry. That's why. Because when we talked about this originally, we said, like, oh, there's no way that those guys get traded. Both Gasol and Lowry, as well as Ibaka, are all on one-year deals.
Yeah,
so
that's what
they're tradable.
Yeah, that's what we didn't mention. For 30, 30 mil though. Fuck.
Yeah, but you can. But like, there's teams that like have a bad contract that can trade that bad contract along with it. Like, the team that I mentioned, like the Pistons, like they could trade for Kyle Lowry and then get back Reggie Jackson, Tony Snell and Langston Galloway. And that would make up for the money.
Yeah, that would be kind of idiotic for like. I know that's just a hypothetical. That's a hypothetical trade, but yeah, you're right.
Idiotic for the Raptors.
Idiotic I would say Pistons to trade for him.
Why?
Kyle Lowry, you want that man on your team? He averaged 11 points and hell no.
I think you're a little mean to Kyle Lowry.
No, I'm not. Like,
on top of everything else, Reggie Jackson's contract has an extra year on it, so it gets you out of that money.
Okay.
And Langston Galloway also has an extra year.
Okay. I keep on forgetting that he's an expiring contract. That's all.
Calm your shit, all right?
That's all.
Kyle Lowry's still a solid point guard. He's not an all-star like he was last year. That was some bullshit, but...
Yeah, I have no clue. That should have been Siakam up there instead of his fat ass, but I'm going to just swallow that thing.
So, did you say who you had at 14?
14, I had the Spurs.
Oh, yeah, you did. So, right above the Raptors at 13, I had the Detroit Pistons.
Okay. That's respectable. So, 13. 13, I had the Celtics.
Ooh. Wow. All right. I guess. I mean, you said you had the Pistons lower, right? Yeah, you did. You had them at like 16 or something, or 15.
Yeah, I had them 16.
I guess that makes sense, because for a second I was like, you're putting the Pistons over the Celtics? Doesn't make sense. But yeah, that makes sense. So number 12, I had the Nets. I think the Celtics are going to be better
Ooh, man, that'd be. Ooh, man, I don't know. Man. Ooh, I don't know, dude.
I
don't
think
know.
I think there'll be an adjustment period with Kyrie Irving. There could be some potential locker room issues. I think losing
The
D'Lo
depth
will
is day
be.
and night, though, for me.
I think losing D'Lo will break up some of the chemistry of the team because a lot of that was based around D'Lo, and also an
Yeah.
underrated loss is that Jared Dudley was a really good guy in the locker room.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't nobody's gonna care about Jared Dudley, but he was important to that team. He was, that
That's
whole
good.
like bench celebration gif that was like that's really
Yeah,
popular. He
he was like
started
the
that.
originator. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I love that meme. Top 5 meme of all time. But dude, oh man, I think you're definitely right about that. The chemistry is like the biggest, like, oh, what the fuck, the type of thing that's fucking with me. In
And
my
the
mind about the
chemistry was
Nets.
what made the Nets so good last year.
Exactly. They were definitely not one of the most talented teams in the East last year, but that chemistry really put them over the top and made them super fun to watch.
Yeah.
So, but like, assuming that there's no chemistry issues, no major chemistry issues, and like considering also how much more depth they have than the Celtics, I think they're going to be better than the C's. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if they're not. I'm just really relying on their depth. That's all. So I had the Nets at ahead of them, way ahead of the Celtics. Not way ahead, but like 3 spots ahead of them.
Who'd you have at 12?
12, I had the Blazers. They lost a lot of pieces too this offseason. They lost so many dudes.
Not really. Who'd they lose?
Okay, give me a quick
They gained
second.
Kent Bazemore, brought back Rodney Hood. Kent
They lost
Bazemore is
Mo Harkless.
overpaid. Mo Harkless isn't a big loss, in my opinion.
They lost Aminu. They lost Miles Leonard.
Where the fuck did Amino sign again? Wasn't it the Jazz?
The fucking Magic, dude. You remember?
Ah.
I think that signing made you like tweet out how you hate when
No,
good
that
role players
wasn't
sign
it.
with trash
It was
teams.
I think it was after Wayne Ellington signed with the Knicks.
Okay. Yeah, but they lost a lot of like key dudes. They lost Seth Curry. They lost
Shit, they did.
Evan Turner. They lost
Evan Turner's not a
Enes
loss.
Kanter.
Enes Kanter is. That's true.
They lost.
You're right.
Do they have Jake Lynn? Yeah, they lost a lot of dudes.
You're right. Shit, I forgot about that. I was just.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I should bring. I would have knowing that I would bring them down, but I forgot. Where were we? Number 12?
Yeah, that
Or no, number
12.
11. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So number 11, I had the Boston Celtics.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Number 11, I had the Raptors.
I think Kemba will mesh well with the younger guys on the Boston Celtics, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think losing Al Horford is huge. I think losing Marcus Morris is important. Yeah. That team's depth is pretty shit now.
Yeah.
I mean, who the hell is even their starting center? Enes Kanter is their starting center.
Yeah, and dude, honestly, like I think the Celtics' success is really banking on like the bounce back year that Tatum and Brown are like bound to have.
Agreed.
Tatum got to go crazy this year. I'm talking. He got to average 21 at least to me, and Jaylen Brown has to at least throw up 16 a game as well.
Well, 21 as well as 16 wouldn't be crazy for those guys because Brown averaged 14 in his like second year, or his last year he averaged like 12, so it wouldn't be crazy. And then with Jason Tatum, he averaged like 18 points per game this year. The thing that's weird with Tatum, yeah, the thing that's weird with Tatum is he never like has big scoring games. He just consistently gets you 16 to 20 points. It's always the same thing with him.
What's his career high? What's his career high?
I think it was 33.
All right, 10, I had the Nets.
The Nets? Okay. Yeah, I had the Portland Trailblazers, but I didn't realize they'd lost all those dudes. I thought Kent Bazemore was a big upgrade over Evan Turner just because simply from the fact he can shoot.
Man.
But I mean,
he
they got to start Zach Collins at power forward now, and that is not ideal.
Kent Bazemore's a dinkus sometimes too, dude. He's one of the biggest doofuses on the low in the NBA. I'm a Hawks fan. I watch this man play, and like for a good amount of time, this man couldn't shoot for shit last year towards the end of the season.
All I know for damn sure is that he's a better fucking shooter than Evan Turner. I can guarantee you that.
Okay, yeah, he is. He definitely is. So, number 9, I had the Pacers.
Did you say number 10 yet?
Yeah, I said I had the Nets 10.
Oh, yeah, okay. I also had the Pacers number 9. I think I tweeted about this. I'm sure you saw it. I think Malcolm Brogdon and T.J. Warren were good. I think Goga Badatse can be a good backup big man this year. Basing that entirely off of your opinion.
And also they this season we get to see Domantas Sabonis and Miles Turner play for the first time in the starting lineup.
Yeah, that's not. I don't consider that an improvement. In the past, those two playing together has not worked out well.
Yeah.
If it works out well, then that's great because you have two starting level big men actually being able to start. But I mean, losing Bogdanovich and
Thad Young,
losing Thad Young, yeah, losing Thad and going to T.J. Warren hurts your defense, but improves your offense because T.J.'s a much better floor spacer. And then I think Bogdanovich's numbers were a bit inflated on the Pacers. He's not a legitimate 20-point-per-game scorer. That's just kind of what he was forced into.
Yeah.
Not that his field goal percentage was bad because it wasn't, but I think Brogdon is on the same level, if not better, than Bogdanovich. So I think that was fine, and he's younger, so for the future it makes sense. But yeah, I like this Indiana team a lot, especially if Victor Oladipo comes back.
Yeah.
And has a season similar to his first season with Indiana, not his second.
Yeah, 1,000% agree with you on that. So, with number 8, I had the Utah Jazz.
I had the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
And like I said, Russell Westbrook doesn't change anything for me.
Okay, that's respectable. Not nothing too crazy.
And I had the Jazz just above them at 7.
Number 7, I had the Denver Nuggets.
I think, to spoil it, I'll just say this. My most improved player pick is Donovan Mitchell. I think having a really good point guard and Mike Conley next to him is just going to make his day so much easier. And I think because of that, the Jazz are going to be a much better team. I mean, they went from Ricky Rubio, a bad shooter in the starting lineup. What's his name? Fucking Jay Crowder, a mediocre shooter in the starting lineup, as well as Rudy Gobert. So the only 3-point shooter on that team was that man, not Joe Jingles. What's his name? Fucking... Why did I say Joe Jingles? What is his name? Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles. Jesus Christ. Joe Jingles. It sounds like a fucking Christmas character. Joe Ingles was the only 3-point shooter on that team. Donovan Mitchell was forced to take so many shots. Forced to basically be the only shot creator on that team. Mike Conley can create his own shot. And Bogdanovich, to an extent, can create his own shot. So you went from one shot creator to 3, and I think Mitchell's day gets a lot easier. And I think the defense, which was already great, comes a little bit better with Mike Conley. Bogdanovich isn't really much of a drop-off from Crowder. And then on offense, they get so much better. They already had a championship-level defense. And now I think they don't have championship-level defense, but they do have good team.
Now?
Championship level offense, but I think they have good level offense now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a major improvement compared to what they've had in the past. But all I literally worry about is their depth and also like how healthy they can stay. Because Mike Conley and like he's been injury prone, and you know how Rudy Gobert gets sometimes. It's just I just worry about those two specifically, and those two play a major role in their team's success. But other than that, you're right about that. I can see that happening.
Speaking of that, where the hell is Derek Favors going? I don't think I've seen him sign anywhere.
Oh man. Oh shit, you're right. Oh shit.
Derek Favors is a decent backup big man, maybe even starting on some teams.
Dude.
I'm gonna look it up and see if he actually has signed somewhere.
Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck happened to him. The Celtics should look into him if anything.
Because I don't even see people talking about.
Oh, he's on the Pelicans.
Mentioning him in underrated free agents. What?
Yeah, he's on the Pelicans.
When? What the fuck?
It was in a trade. And he
was a free agent, so it was a sign and trade. Wow.
That's
all right. I mean, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. All right. It's fine. That doesn't change where I have the Pelicans much. He might be the starting center over Jackson Hayes.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes is weird. Fucking pretty nice too, but that's still a good move. So
he dunked the shit out of somebody on the Bulls.
Yeah, dude. R.I.P.
Thank God it wasn't an actual Bulls player. I saw a comment that was like, that dude needs to go back to fucking bagging groceries at Walmart because his NBA potential is gone after that.
Yeah, dude, that shit was that dunk. I don't know what it was but the energy on that dunk was insane. It wasn't even a top tier dunk at all.
It was kind of like that famous Tom Chambers dunk where he put his knee on the dude's shoulder and it helped him get up even higher than he normally would. Okay. So it just seemed like he literally flew.
Yeah, I feel that, dude. All right, so
that dunk was fucking nuts.
That was what were we talking about again? Where were we?
Number 7. We were talking about the Jazz.
Okay, I had the Jazz.
Who'd you have at 7 again?
I had the Nuggets 7, and then I had the Rockets at 6. Who's your 6?
I'm not a fan of the Rockets. For 6, I had the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, okay. Damn.
I think the Nuggets will be better than the Warriors.
Oh, man, the D-Lo disrespect, but okay. That's respectable actually because they got a lot
never
better.
been the biggest fan. Never been the biggest fan of D'Angelo Russell.
Oh well, I mean,
especially if Michael Porter Jr. has a really big rookie year, the Nuggets could be really solid.
I don't even do that. Michael Porter Jr.'s, what I learned about him and his entire family is injury prone. Like shit.
I know.
What I read the other day,
his sister tore 3 ACLs or something like that.
Yeah, 5.
5, fucking hell.
5, yes, and his brother has been recovering from 2, and he hasn't been able to play consistently in college because of that.
And he didn't get drafted. I don't think he did.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't been drafted yet at all, so that fucking sucks for him.
He should have committed to the draft last year because he was projected to be a late first. But after he got an ACL tear again, they were like, "All right, no." Yeah, that's unfortunate.
R.I.P. Yeah, really sucks for him.
But with the Nuggets last year, an underrated aspect of that team was they had so many injuries and they were that good. So if they can stay healthy. They could be a damn good team. They can be even better than they were last year. I also think another year of Jamal Murray's development as well. Hopefully he doesn't just drop off after getting that big contract.
And they also added... Wait, did he sign that yet, actually? Oh, yeah, he did. I forgot, dude. That was so, way back in the past. That was before all the big shit started popping in the NBA. But also what I wanted to say is that they added Jeremy Grant, which is really, really nice. Oh,
yeah. As a defensive player. I mean, as soon as Paul Millsap is gone, Grant is a great replacement.
Yeah, I love it.
Jeremy Grant is my favorite, one of my favorite players in the NBA. I almost tweeted the other day, I would fucking shoot myself in the face if my team traded Jerry and Grant. Or sorry, Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant.
Damn.
Jeremy Grant is garbage.
Yes,
and he was garbage.
Is he on the
garbage
Bulls still?
Literally, I blame
That's in the chat for that.
Lauri Markkanen would have averaged 2 more points per game on better efficiency in his rookie year if it wasn't for Jeremy Grant. The dude literally, and I don't know if I can properly express this. In Lauri Markkanen's rookie year, there would be 2 to 3 possessions a game where Markkanen would be on a point guard and Jeremy Grant would be staring at him, and he would just dribble the ball for 20 seconds and then throw it to like Denzel Valentine. It was the most excruciating fucking shit to watch. I honestly hated him more than Cameron Payne, because at least Cameron Payne passed the fucking ball.
Damn.
Grant literally dribbles the ball 40 times a possession. It's so fucking awful. Anyways.
Okay. Damn. I never heard Jeremy Grant
number
slander before.
It's not even slander. It would be slander if he was good. All right. Okay. So did you say what your number 5 was? Because mine was the Nuggets.
My 5 was the Warriors.
Okay. So we just have those flipped.
Yeah. So
number 4, I had the Philadelphia 76ers.
Same.
Well, no disagreement there. I think Al Horford and Josh Jackson will be fine the first year. I think Al Horford is fine playing the 4, but 3 years from now, that Al Horford contract's going to look a little bit questionable.
Sure, a little bit to me, but I mean, they did what they had to do.
Number 3, I had the Bucks.
Same.
We might have the same fucking list.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks are my favorite to come out of the East this year, simply because the Raptors don't exist. I don't think the Sixers can do as much damage to the Bucks as the Raptors did, so I think they'll be fine. Number 2, I had the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay, same exact list. All right.
We have the same fucking top 4.
Yeah.
And then number 1, we have the Clippers. So when it comes to the Lakers versus the Clippers, it really comes down to depth for me.
Yeah.
Because I think a duo of Kawhi and Paul George is at the same level or close to it as a duo of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But the thing is with the Lakers is they do not have Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell coming off of the bench.
Yeah.
And that's really the biggest X factor.
I'm on the
I mean, if you think about it, this team without a star outside of Tobias Harris for like 40 games, this team without that, and they were actually better without Tobias Harris in the second half of the season. This team made, unless you can, I keep cutting myself off, unless you consider Lou Williams a star as well, which I'd say, kind of. This team made the 8th seed last year. Were very solid throughout the entire year. Put the Warriors to 6 games, and the Lakers with LeBron James and with a bunch of young players did not do shit. Now add Anthony Davis to that roster, and obviously it's a massive improvement from all those young players, but still, my point is the Kawhi and Paul George were joining a team that had already been a very solid NBA team, whereas the Lakers, it's Anthony Davis joining LeBron and some Kyle Kuzma and some solid NBA role players.
I'm on the same tip as you, dude. I'm on the same tip. I think AD and LeBron have like the way better. They have way better. It's not way better, but they have the better duo. But chemistry wise, also it's gonna take a little bit of time for the Lakers, all these dudes to learn each other. On the Clippers, it's just like plug and go for Kawhi and Paul George.
day one they can start going crazy. For the Lakers, it's going to take just a little bit of time for them to get familiar with each other because all these dudes never played with each other before. On the Clippers, they literally just about the exact same team, but with Kawhi and PG plugged into it, and they're going to get rolling day one, I feel like.
With LeBron and Anthony Davis, I think they can play off of each other a little bit better than Paul George and Kawhi, simply because Paul George and Kawhi kind of do the same things, whereas Anthony Davis and LeBron James, it's a big man wing player duo. LeBron James is also a great playmaker, whereas neither Paul George nor Kawhi are great playmakers. So I definitely think that I think that they'll play off of each other a lot better than what's his
Kawhi
name?
and PG.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus Christ.
I feel on the same tip as you.
So unless you got anything to say, yeah, we can move on to the NBA awards.
Yeah, let's get on to that, the good stuff.
Let's go from we'll go in order of six-man, most improved, defensive, rookie, and then end with the MVP. So for six-man of the year, I mean, I kind of taken the cop-out choice. I'm just gonna say Lou Williams. I wish it could be Derrick Rose, but Lou Williams I think, it can average similar points to what he did last year, while doing it on a way better team. So,
okay.
So
I can see him getting
I'd say average more like
again.
17. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still close though. So I think he can do similar to what he did last year while on a better team. So he'll get even more of a spotlight and even more of a campaign for him to win Sixth Man of the Year.
Okay, that's respectable. For me, I had that man Spencer Dinwiddie, one of the most, if not arguably the most underrated player in the NBA.
I'd probably pick Spencer Dinwiddie for next year for the same reason that I'm picking Lou Williams. Because next year with Anthony Davis, or not Anthony Davis, sorry, Kevin Durant. I almost said Kawhi Leonard. Jesus Christ, I'm fucked up right now. I wish I could say I'm on drugs, but I'm not. For the same reason, basically, like he'll be doing what he was doing, but with even more of a spotlight now.
Mm-hmm. Feel that, dude, and I can see that happening as well. But that's just my take for this year.
So, for most improved, I went with Donovan Mitchell, like I said earlier. And for my reasons was basically, I think Mike Conley will improve his efficiency, and I think that Mitchell will make his first All-Star game this year.
Okay. The thing about that for me is that I don't think efficiency is like what could push the voters to make him like the clear-cut winner of that award. I feel like he's going to have to put a big boy numbers on. And I think that even if he puts up big boy numbers, which is not possible because like he has more talent on his team now, that wouldn't be enough. I feel like you need to have like a noticeable improvement in numbers all around. And I don't think Donovan Mitchell he's not that type of dude to do that right now because he's already damn good as well.
If that's your criteria, I think another guy that I debated putting here was De'Aaron Fox.
Mm-hmm. For me, dude, okay. Here's the thing. I go by if a lot of people don't like. Well, the most improved player of the award, that award right there, the most MIP, dude. I'm sick as fuck and I'm losing my mind right now. This really hit me, but this award right here, I think a lot of people kind of like get it like twisted. You know, at the end of the day, it comes down to like numbers and how much improvement you made, the amount of growth you made as a player that year. D'Lo was like I would love for that man to win it, but he didn't make the most amount of improvement, and also he was already like projected to be that dude. You know, De'Aaron Fox is projected to be that dude. Pascal Siakam wasn't really, and this actually, damn, now that I think about it, this kind of like butts heads with my most improved player of the year award pick, but also it kind of doesn't because the storyline.
Well, Giannis was also expected to make the jump that he did, and he still won it.
What was he though? Was he expected to be that dude? I don't know.
After they started playing him at point guard, after that happened, everyone started like, okay, we're really hype about Russ now. Or Jesus Christ. We're really hype about Giannis now. So yeah, I mean, there were people that had him winning that award.
Okay. So I had Jason Tatum winning that just because the amount of growth that he has a chance to make this year.
Well, that kind of contradicts your point. But
Yeah,
all right.
that's what I said earlier. But if you take into account the storyline that happened last year, it kind of makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to me, at least.
All right, guys. Well, Mojo's mic is about to die, or I should say camera, because for whatever reason he records this shit with a camera. So we have to speed this up. So for defensive player of the year, this is always the one that I struggle with the most because it really always comes down to circumstance. And I think that defensive player of the year, specifically this year and in times in the past, ends up just being a cop-out award where it's like, if this guy didn't get MVP like Paul George didn't, then all right, we'll give him defensive player of the year. Although I think Gobert won it, right?
Yeah, he did. Gobert did.
But I think Paul George was probably second in line for that award. But like I feel like if you're like a really good defensive player and you had a great season, they'll be like, okay, we're gonna give you this award, even if like there are better defenders out there who are more impactful. I think this award can be a popularity contest because there are a lot of really gritty defensive players that are elite defensive players that no one cares about, so they don't get it in. Because like if you look at defensive player of the years in the past, they're always dudes who were like really popular, generally speaking, other than Draymond Green.
All right, so I got Kawhi for that. He's in LA.
I mean, it's really hard to predict that one. Of any other award, I think you can give a fair prediction. It could be Kawhi, it could be Paul George, it could be Rudy Gobert, it could be Draymond Green. No one really knows.
Yeah.
So for Rookie of the Year, I think we'll probably have the same picks. Zion Williamson. The only way he doesn't is if he has some injury issues. And then for MVP, this is the biggest one. I have Stephen Curry. I want to hear yours first before I explain mine.
So, yeah. I wrote this before you made that tweet. So I had Curry too. But listen, okay. Here's the thing. I want LeBron to make. I want to say LeBron so bad. But like these last 3 years, I've always said LeBron's going to win MVP. LeBron's going to win MVP. And every single time I said that, he doesn't end up winning. But like, okay, I want LeBron to win it this year. And I feel like he's going to have like a resurgent year, a vengeance year.
This will definitely be the best chance he's had in a long time.
Yeah, exactly. I want to say LeBron, but just to like make sure the universe doesn't fuck with my prediction, I'm just gonna say, okay, Steph Curry, you got it this year. Makes sense.
Well,
he has a good team around him,
and he has an all right team around him, and I think that's why he can win MVP. Simply because, even though I don't necessarily agree with this logic, the people that are going to compete for him with that award are going to be Kawhi, going to be Giannis, and it's going to be LeBron James or Anthony Davis. Probably LeBron James. What's crazy is there could be the top two teams in the NBA have 4 players that I think could be MVP candidates, which would be both of those LA teams. But I think the biggest competitor for MVP over Steph would be Giannis, because he doesn't have another superstar next to him, just like unlike LeBron and Kawhi Leonard. But I think Curry will really be carrying this team, and as a result, I think he's going to put up numbers like 2016. So I just think he can do what he did in 2016 again, and he will remind everyone just how damn good he is.
Yeah, a lot of people take him for granted, and that kind of sucks. But it happens because he does this on a consistent, regular basis.
The man averaged 30 points per game on 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. That is unfucking believable. As a 6'3" skinny point guard. Like, are you kidding me? How do you average 30 points per game on 50% shooting as a 6'3" player in the NBA? That itself is impressive when you don't consider the fact that 10 shots a game were coming from behind the 3-point line and like 5 of them were like heavily contested from 5 feet behind the fucking line. Like, his 2016 season is unbelievable, and I think he can do something similar to it again. And I think because of that, and because he's going to be forced to do something like that again to make the Warriors competitive, I think he can win MVP.
Respectable.
So, unless you have anything else to add, I'm ready to wrap this up.
Oh, Coach of the Year.
Oh yeah, I didn't even bother with that one.
All right, well, Coach of the Year, I got Doc Rivers. Just because I feel like LA, he low-key got... people can debate that he got snubbed last year, but I feel like he could get it this year because, LA arguably has the best team. The Clippers arguably have the best team in the NBA.
I'll just because I didn't choose anybody, I'll just hop onto that one. That's another reason why I think the Clippers will be better than the Lakers, because Frank Vogel ain't really that great of a coach. Okay, and one more thing with this team that's weird and funny. Paul George cheated on Doc Rivers' daughter with a stripper, and now Doc Rivers is coaching him.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Paul George's wife is bad as fuck, dude. I don't blame him, dude. Have you seen this girl? Oh, wait. God damn, I don't blame him.
He's an NBA player. All of their wives are bad. It's pretty much how it works. If you're a millionaire and your wife isn't bad, then you made a fucking mistake. Alright, well, that's pretty much it. Go ahead and drop a sub on the channel if you have not yet.
Leave a like.
Past 1,000 subscribers, which was dope. Actually, at over 1,100 now. But that was the HoopsCast. Thanks for watching, and peace.